The psychology of gaming. 10 ways games affect your brain. Video games have evolved from simple, pixelated pastimes into a dominant global cultural and economic force. More than just entertainment, these interactive worlds are intricate psychological landscapes designed to captivate, challenge, and reward our brains in powerful ways. For years, the conversation around gaming was often polarized, oscillating between fears of addiction and violence and praise for educational benefits. But as technology has advanced, so has our understanding of the brain. Neuroscientists and psychologists can now peer inside the skull of a gamer and see what's really happening. What they've found is a fascinatingly complex relationship. Playing video games can trigger profound changes in brain structure and function, impacting everything from our decision-making speed to our ability to process failure. The brain, a remarkably adaptable organ, responds to the virtual stimuli of a game by forging new neural pathways, releasing powerful neurochemicals, and honing cognitive skills in ways that can translate to the real world. This is not a simple story of good or bad. The impact of gaming is nuanced, depending heavily on the type of game, the duration of play, and the individual's own psychology. By understanding the core mechanics of how games engage our minds, we can better appreciate their power and navigate their potential pitfalls. Here are 10 of the most significant ways video games affect your brain. 1. The brain's built-in quest log. Mastering the dopamine loop. Ever felt that irresistible urge to complete one more quest, find one more collectible, or play one more match? That powerful pull is driven by dopamine, the brain's primary feel-good neurotransmitter. Game designers are masters of creating reward systems that tap directly into this neurochemical loop. Every small victory, finding a rare item, leveling up, or defeating a challenging enemy, triggers a release of dopamine, creating a sensation of pleasure and accomplishment. This isn't just a reward for success, it's also the chemical of anticipation. The brain releases dopamine not just when you achieve the goal, but when you anticipate achieving it. This creates a compelling cycle. The goal is set, dopamine rises in anticipation. The goal is achieved, you get a pleasurable rush, and a new goal is immediately presented. This quest loop is incredibly effective at holding our attention and motivating us to keep playing, training our brains to associate effort with reward. The brain's response. This process strengthens neural pathways in the brain's reward circuit, including the nucleus accumbens and the prefrontal cortex, which can enhance motivation in other areas of life. However, overstimulation of this circuit is also the mechanism behind gaming addiction. 2. Upgrading your mental multitasking. Enhanced cognitive flexibility. Many modern games require you to juggle multiple streams of information and tasks simultaneously. Imagine playing a real-time strategy game like StarCraft. You must manage your economy, build your base, produce units, scout the map, and control your army in battle all at once. This constant task switching and reprioritization is a workout for your brain's executive functions, particularly cognitive flexibility. This is the mental ability to adapt your thinking from one concept to another, and to think about multiple concepts simultaneously. Research has shown that gamers, particularly those who play fast-paced strategy games, exhibit superior cognitive flexibility compared to non-gamers. They can switch between tasks more efficiently, with less of a performance drop. a skill that is highly valuable in today's information-rich, multitasking-heavy work environments. The brain's response. Gaming strengthens the prefrontal cortex and the anterior cingulate cortex, brain regions critical for executive functions like task switching, attention, and monitoring for errors. 3. Seeing the world in higher resolution, improved visual acuity. It might seem counterintuitive that staring at a screen could improve your vision, but studies have consistently shown that playing action games can lead to significant enhancements in visual processing. This isn't about improving your eyesight in the traditional sense, but rather about training the brain to process visual information more efficiently. Action gamers show an improved ability to discern subtle differences in contrast, known as contrast sensitivity, which is crucial for tasks like driving at night. They can also track more objects at once and identify a target object amidst a field of distractors more quickly. Think of a first-person shooter, where a player must instantly spot an enemy in complex, cluttered camouflage. This intense visual training builds a more efficient pathway between the eyes and the brain regions that interpret visual data. The brain's response. Gaming appears to improve the efficiency of the visual cortex, allowing the brain to build better templates for incoming visual information, leading to faster and more accurate processing. 4. Making high-stakes decisions in milliseconds. Life rarely gives us a moment to pause and weigh every pro and con, especially under pressure. Many video games, however, are essentially high-speed decision-making engines. In games like League of Legends or Call of Duty, players are forced to make dozens of critical decisions per minute, often with incomplete information and high stakes. Should I attack or retreat? Use my ability now or save it? This constant rapid-fire decision-making process trains the brain to absorb information, weigh probabilities, and act decisively under pressure. Studies have found that experienced gamers make decisions faster and with no loss in accuracy compared to non-gamers. They become more effective at probabilistic inference, making the best guess based on the available evidence. This is a skill that translates directly to high-pressure professions like surgery, aviation, or emergency response. The brain's response. This type of training is believed to enhance the connectivity between perceptual brain regions, what you see and hear, and cognitive regions that control decision-making, allowing for a faster flow of information and quicker response times. Building a better problem solver. At their core, many games are a series of complex problems, wrapped in an engaging narrative. Puzzle games like Portal or open-world adventures like The Legend of Zelda require players to use critical thinking, spatial reasoning, and creative problem-solving to overcome obstacles. Unlike standardized tests with a single right answer, games often present ill-defined problems with multiple potential solutions, encouraging experimentation and learning from failure. Players must analyze their environment, devise a hypothesis. I think I can use this item to open that door. Test it, and if it fails, analyze the result and try a new approach. This iterative process of trial and error is a powerful way to build mental models and strengthen the neural circuits associated with planning, logic, and reasoning. The brain's response. Engaging in complex problem-solving strengthens the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, a key brain area for planning and strategy, and can increase the size and efficiency of the hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and spatial navigation. Physically reshaping the brain, the power of neuroplasticity. One of the most incredible discoveries in neuroscience is that the brain is not a static organ. It physically changes and reorganizes itself based on our experiences. This is called neuroplasticity. Learning to play a complex video game is a powerful driver of this process. A landmark study had adults play Super Mario 64 for 30 minutes a day over 2 months. The results were astounding. MRI scans revealed a significant increase in the volume of gray matter in the right hippocampus, right prefrontal cortex, and the cerebellum. These are areas associated with spatial navigation, memory formation, strategic planning, and fine motor skills. In essence, the act of learning to navigate a 3D world and master complex controls physically built up these parts of their brains, much like lifting weights builds muscle. The brain's response, the sustained, focused attention and skill acquisition required by gaming, drives neurogenesis, the creation of new neurons, and synaptogenesis, the formation of new connections between neurons, leading to measurable changes in brain structure. Learning to lose, building emotional resilience. Failure in the real world can be costly and demoralizing. In a video game, failure is a low-stakes learning opportunity. When you fail to defeat a boss or solve a puzzle, the consequences are minimal. You simply press continue and try again. This creates a safe environment for the brain to learn how to manage frustration and failure. Games are built on the concept of productive failure, where each loss provides valuable information that brings you closer to eventual success. This cycle builds emotional resilience and a growth mindset, the belief that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Psychologists refer to this as developing grit. By repeatedly facing challenges and overcoming them, gamers learn to persist in the face of setbacks, a crucial trait for achieving long-term goals in life. The brain's response. By managing the small emotional hits of in-game failure, the brain's limbic system, particularly the amygdala, which processes fear and threat, may become better regulated, allowing for more reasoned responses to real-world setbacks. The social brain on a raid, fostering online connection. The stereotype of the isolated gamer playing alone in a basement is wildly outdated. Today, many of the most popular games are massively multiplayer online experiences that are fundamentally social. Games like World of Warcraft or Final Fantasy XIV require players to form guilds, coordinate complex strategies in real time, and rely on each other's skills to achieve common goals. This type of collaboration activates the social brain, the network of regions responsible for understanding others' intentions and fostering cooperation. Players develop leadership skills, learn to communicate effectively, and build genuine, lasting friendships with people from around the world. For many, these online communities provide a vital sense of belonging and social support that can be just as meaningful as offline relationships. The brain's response. Cooperative gameplay engages brain regions associated with theory of mind and empathy, such as the temporoparietal junction. Positive social interactions also release oxytocin, the bonding hormone, strengthening social connections. The flow state and the double-edged sword of attention. Have you ever been so absorbed in a game that hours seem to pass in minutes? This immersive experience is known as the flow state, a psychological concept describing a state of deep, energized focus and enjoyment in an activity. Games are exceptionally good at inducing flow because they provide clear goals, immediate feedback, and a perfect balance between challenge and skill. Achieving this state can be highly rewarding and is a form of attention training, teaching the brain to block out distractions and focus deeply on a single task. However, this strength can also be a weakness. Some research suggests that the constant, high-stimulation environment of games might make it harder for the brain to maintain focus on less stimulating, real-world tasks. The impact on attention is complex and remains an active area of debate and research. The brain's response. During flow, the brain shows heightened activity in reward circuits and decreased activity in the prefrontal cortex related to self-consciousness and mind-wandering, allowing for seamless, focused immersion. The dark side. When the reward system is hijacked. For all their benefits, it's crucial to acknowledge the potential negative impact of games. Gaming disorder, now officially recognized by the World Health Organization. This occurs when the brain's powerful reward system is essentially hijacked. For a small percentage of individuals, the dopamine loop becomes compulsive. The brain begins to crave the intense, reliable rewards of the game more than the less predictable rewards of real life, such as social interaction or academic achievement. This can lead to a loss of control over gaming habits, causing significant impairment in personal, family, social, and educational life. It's a behavioral addiction where the neural pathways for reward become so deeply ingrained that they override the brain's centers for rational thought and impulse control. The brain's response. In gaming disorder, the brain can exhibit changes similar to those seen in substance abuse, including a desensitization of dopamine receptors, requiring more stimulation for the same effect, and weakened control from the prefrontal cortex over the reward-seeking limbic system. Further reading. To dive deeper into the intricate relationship between gaming, psychology, and technology, these books offer insightful and accessible perspectives. Reality is Broken: Why Games Make Us Better and How They Can Change the World, by Jane McGonigal. A landmark book from a renowned game designer, arguing that the psychological strengths we develop in games can be harnessed to solve real-world problems. The Gamer's Brain: How Neuroscience and UX Can Impact Video Game Design, by Celia Hodent. A fascinating look at the psychology of gaming from the inside, written by a former director of UX at Epic Games. It explains how designers use an understanding of the brain to create engaging experiences. Hooked: How to Build Habit-Forming Products, by Nir Eyal. While not exclusively about games, this book provides a deep dive into the hook model, the psychological framework of triggers, actions, variable rewards, and investment that games use so effectively to create compelling loops. Extra Lives: Why Video Games Matter, by Tom Bissell. A thoughtful and personal exploration of the cultural and emotional significance of video games, blending memoir with sharp criticism and analysis of why these virtual worlds have become so important to so many.